Um, yeah, we have severe dropped frames in here. I'm hoping that at least the recording works, and then I can put that on YouTube, but I can't keep the oven up. So I'm gonna try and stream it. If it doesn't work, I will have the recording for YouTube. But yeah, I can't keep the oven on. It's already hot here. And the reason I continued with this off stream was because I was worried that the garlic might suffer if exposed to air. So let us get going before, this goes off just being out of the fridge. Okay, we have the oven preheated already. It's been preheating ever. Yeah, the stream just died. Oh, no, its stream just refreshed. Okay. In a large bowl, combine 1 3/4 cup of self-raising flour. One. Now, I did obviously clean up some stuff, including washing this while the internet was completely down. Ugh, come on. One quarter. Two quarter. Three quarter. Now, again, we will need more for the mat, which is good because we don't have a lot left. Hey, mix this self-raising flour and a Greek yogurt. Well, like I tried to explain, but I don't know how well it went. We are using sour cream, not Greek yogurt. It tastes better if you need to reheat them, but Greek yogurt does work. I have done both. So we need 1 cup of this. Which is going to be most of it because this is a 300 ml tub. Or at least it's supposed to be a 300 ml tub. I'm getting pretty low and this cup is still not full. All right, I'm going to call that. There is still a very, very little bit left in the bottom of the sour cream, but I really don't think it's 50 ml. I really don't. Now, gonna mix this since I've already got sour cream on the spoon. I might even need... Okay, the screen has gone black on the tablet again. I don't know what's going on. I still might need more sour cream, to be honest. This is... I know it will mix together better than this, but this still seems very dry at this point. I know my flour was very, very approximate, but this seems very, very dry. Now, at this point, I am going to add a little bit of salt, which they don't necessarily recommend for this particular recipe. But it is on some of their to-do recipes, like the pretzels and probably the bagels. I'm not adding a lot of salt. I'm hoping that just a little bit, because it does help with the taste. Otherwise, the dough is very bland. Okay, it might work better than I thought. It is starting to come together a little bit better. Well, not come together, but at least it's not as dry. So we are gonna... Ugh. This one is gonna be very gluey. The sour cream does that a lot more than the cream. I do want this a little bit further out of the way though. Yeah, it is starting to come together. I'm a little bit worried about it. Okay, it's also... I didn't want a massive bowl for either of them, so it was kind of a... One of them is going to have a little bit smaller bowl. I did think it was going to be big enough because there is less dough, but I really don't know. So we do not have any of the, expensive mixing things for dough. Everything I make of dough, I do by hand. So there may be an easier way to do this if you have those machines that sit on the counter. Okay, I'm standing up. I'm gonna put some pressure behind this because there is a lot of flour still just sitting at the bottom. It's trying, but okay. This one, I don't need to worry about the air quite as much, so I am gonna literally stick my knuckles into it. So I am gonna need some light sprinkle of flour on the or maybe more than light. Now that I've got it all together, it is definitely sticking a lot. All right. There isn't a lot left in here, so despite the angle of the flour, it's not putting a lot. Okay, we're connecting to chat again, so hopefully the picture hasn't gone down and okay, I'm back in the chat room. Hopefully the picture hasn't gone down. Even like we still need the internet to transfer the recording from the phone. Okay, that is definitely better for me. I think we might have had a tiny bit of parsley as much as I tried to clean things up. Okay, so now that I actually have to do the size measurement, we are supposed to make it roughly 8 inches. Well, this is probably going to be bigger than 8 inches. Or maybe not. If inches is that. You can at least try and make it circular. I have no idea what 8 inches is, but we basically need to split it into 8 pieces anyway. So we just need to roughly make sure that it's round. Now, I am not allowed to use knives on this. So, approximate. Well, I guess this one is going to be easier because it's got the numbers and stuff like that. Now, one of these, I need to split in half, and the other I need to split in quarters. So I think these will be our halves. These will be our quarters. So now we get this. We try to make a really, really long rope. Easier said than done because it does like forming holes and splitting and stuff as we're making it longer. Okay, well, this is as long as they say, because they say 30 centimeters. So, and then, um, they, damn it. Um, I don't remember how to do this, people. Um, I could have sworn they had, maybe it's just with the video. Okay, I think that's it, roughly, and then press down. You got a little knot. And then, yeah, they do also shrink back a little bit. So even though you've rolled it out, sometimes they, yeah, that's still shrinking. All right, so it's like basically like a pretzel. And then I choose to push down on them so that so that the bottom kind of sticks. Don't want a lot, but I do want some. I'm slightly reminded of watching Chef in My Fridge yesterday, and the one of the chefs was rolling out pasta into uh a screw shaped pasta. Of course, I'm not making a screw shape, but like the just the like hand rolling bit reminds me of it. Okay, so there are the garlic knots. They do suggest you put it on the baking paper first, but I am okay with doing it this way. Now, these ones are probably going to be a little bit thicker. I don't know what the length should be. Kind of figure that I want a decent hole in the middle. Hello, Panda! Cooking stream. Yes, I'm doing cooking. This is a test cooking stream. We have just done scones. We're currently doing garlic knots and bagels, but we are having real trouble with the internet. We were supposed to do this yesterday, but internet said no, and it is still struggling today, but it is slightly better. So we got some. We got an unintentional gift from our local supermarket. There was an issue with deliveries, and we got some extra groceries. And one of those things was smoked salmon. And this 2-ingredient dough also makes bagels. So I was already planning on doing the garlic knots, but I'm like, hey, I can, attempt to make bagels. I do say attempt. I've made most of the recipes that have this 3-ingredient dough. Unfortunately, we cannot put the shout outs in chat because the second Sid does just about anything. The internet cuts out. But please, everyone, go say hi to Panda. They are a wonderful, wonderful streamer and friend. It's !SEE. So go see Panda. So Sid is gonna try. But yes, I don't know how big the hole is supposed to be in the middle, having never made bagels before. But I kind of figure that will do. Yay! Thank you, Sid. We are almost done. Alright, I do need to wash my hands. So yeah, unfortunately I do have a lot between the singing and the cooking planned for the next week, but I really hope to be I really do plan to be jumping onto that server that Panda is playing on at the moment. He has invited me to play. Thank you very much, Panda. I just have not had time or the chance yet. Huh? And what is time? Yeah. Much. Alright. So thankfully, with the stream dying out and everything, that cooking tray has cooled down. Okay, we will put these two over here. Although that is probably a bit too close to the edge. I don't know how they're gonna do their thing. Trying to keep them a little bit separate because we do need to put the garlic oil on that. Oh, right. So it says to put an egg wash and some toppings. I don't have the toppings. I wasn't planning on making bagels. Sorry, that might have been a little bit loud with the clipping. Right, I do have. Where is it? Where is it? Put that away. No, I washed it. Damn it. I am looking debate about silicone ones. I haven't had issue with this. I do wash it by hand. Now I am going to use some of this garlic infused oil instead of an egg wash. I don't know how it's going to work, but just the oil though, not the whole kit and caboodle. Which is why I am starting with the bagels. So that should help them brown and be good. All right, now we have this wonderful garlic butter mixture, or garlic oil mixture. Now it is going to look excessive. I know that from the last time I actually did this. Sometimes I just get the garlic butter and I use that. But since we're doing this, I figured we'd do it properly. And I'm not noticing breaks as much. I am sorry. Again, it'll help it brown as well as, in this case, taste. And while, yes, it looks excessive, it doesn't, it's not as excessive once it's cooked as it seems. Or it wasn't the last time I cooked it. Trying to make sure some of that gets out of those holes and over those bumps. Although it does mean that the knot bits are going to taste really, really good. Okay, now this can go into the sink. So the oven temperature is 200, which is 400 Fahrenheit. And these go in for approximately 20 minutes. What have I done with the oven mitt? So I do have some like Italian herb seasoning or some shallots, but there's nothing I really feel comfortable putting on the bagels. They're just going to be plain. All right. Timer set for 19 minutes. I know it says 20, but they also say or until brown. I will be right back. I was gonna take the opportunity to eat some of our scones while the internet was down, and then I was like, no, I want to get this over and done with because I want to turn the oven off. So I have already put the jam on those. I think in America that is jelly. Bring these guys back in here now. Now I choose to use dollop cream instead of whipping cream up. I'm definitely gonna hydrate as well. Oh. So I want to put a relatively decent amount. I don't want to touch the jam with the spoon. Don't want to contaminate my cream. But I do want to spread it a little bit. So I have used a different jam type than normal. So normal scones and jam would probably be a strawberry jam, possibly whipped cream instead of this cream. Sometimes I do think they got served with apricot jam as an option. This is, oh god, I can't even read. I think it's like blackberry jam. Now they did flake apart a little bit when I cut them open. Now these can go in the fridge or be frozen, and then when you want to eat them again, you stick them in the microwave for a little bit. Probably cut them in half first. Put a little bit of water in a mug or one of those ramekins that I put the parsley in and stuff like that, so that they don't dry out in the microwave. And yeah, you've got really good breakfast or snack or stuff like that. Um, because I do make them with the light cream, you would be surprised how few calories are actually in each scone. Of course, until you add the toppings. um, but yeah. All right, I'm gonna munch down. Cheers, everyone. Oh, it is a little bit of a pain, honestly, especially in this heat. But I love fresh baked goods, and I forget just how much until I make them. Everything is a pain in this heat. You're not wrong. I'm definitely not making tea to go with these, but I did already cold coffee in the fridge to make it even colder. Um, now it's not just cold coffee; it's a little bit more iced coffee. I have got caramel syrup in this, and I did use a supposedly caramel coffee, but I don't taste the coffee. I don't taste the caramel in that when I make it as coffee. I still have to add extra caramel. Now, as you've seen, this one obviously it was last stream, not this stream. These really don't make very long to. It really don't take very long. Um, the the general process doesn't take long, and then they only take 12 minutes in the oven. Yeah, okay. I might just. Oh, okay. So it is. It is. I was gonna consider muting the microphone. Unfortunately, there isn't anything to do but wait. We can attempt to look at the oven. Yeah, like I said before, I know it's not easy to see. It is a very old oven that we inherited with this place. I'm a little bit worried. They already seem to be pretty brown, and it's not even half the time. But I think that could also be our stove. So I think, like, even when we're doing chips and stuff, sometimes it looks darker from the outside. An espatra in chat. Is that the horrible bird thing from Scarlet Violet? I'm excited to see what the bagels look like. I'm excited to eat the garlic knots. Alright, I'm going to puff up this delicious cream and move these scones off of the airing rack. Cooling rack. That's probably what it's called. Cooling rack. They are relatively cool by now. And I'm going to need that rack for the stuff that comes out of the oven. This one is not that. So yeah, next week we will be cooking for Christmas. I just wanted to do a trial run of a cooking stream. Obviously, it has not gone as well as I had hoped, with the internet being as bad as it has. They are nice and safe over here. I am going to mute the microphone for just a second because I have to go do some human stuff. We'll be right back with you guys. All right, we should be back. Again, it is just that little clip-on mic, and I'm not sure entirely how it works yet. Oh, we're getting close. 2 minutes and 50. Now I am gonna check on them because, like I said, it does say or until browned, and they are browned. I am definitely worried that if I leave them in there any longer, they are gonna burn. And I can turn the oven off. Oh, thank God. Actually, I will move that even further away. This one. Now, the bagels have very, very small holes, but they do have holes. And the garlic knots have turned out beautifully. Okay, I did hit that one and rip it a little bit by nudging that. Again, these can be put in the fridge or freezer and then reheated. Yeah. What does everyone think? So that is the bagels and the garlic knots. Whew. It is very, very warm. It is a very, very warm day, plus multiple hours spent in there with the oven. Oh my God. So I don't know how long that was disconnected. Yeah. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Sorry about the internet tech issues. Hopefully next week goes smoother. But yeah, thank you everyone. I will actually raid out. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna need to raid and run and just oh, I could have, hang on. I got, no, I am not raiding out. I got a notification that Panda was live. Um but Panda is not live. Um I don't know what was going on there. I am sorry. Um I was gonna rate Panda and his vintage story. But anyway, thank you everyone. I hope you have a good day, night, time zone. Yeah. Okay. I'm forgetting my usual spiel. It's been a day. Thank you everyone, whether you were active in chat, making redeems, um, either stream. Not like I got to thank anyone for the previous one when OBS and the internet just bleh. But yeah, and even now I'm dropping so many frames. I just hope this is working. I am also recording. Um, but yeah, thank you everyone who's watching after the streams are gone live. If you couldn't make it to the stream as well, these ones do actually get VODs. It's just the singing ones that I can't keep the VODs up. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you are looking forward to more cooking next week. But yeah, thank you everyone, and bye for now.